Hi, I'm Ben. Now this tape is about my two lathes, an update on my two lathes. I have done tapes on my lathes and explained where I got them, what I had to do to them, but I'm just giving a quick update and this is it. Now this is my Harrison L5A. It's identical to the Harrison 140. The only difference, the 140 is metric, this is an imperial. There are two threading levers on this, three on the metric. But I have a tape, maybe two tapes on my website explaining where I got it in the auction, the parts I had to get for it, and so forth. So let's get started. Now there is something I'm not sure whether I mentioned. It was a 3-phase when I got it. I had to swap the motors over for I only have single phase here. But the motor that came off it, a mate has a 3-phase workshop and he wanted to buy the motor. So I gave it to him on the condition that he tried it, was working, and he was satisfied with it. So I had to buy, I have a 1.5 horse single phase motor on it. Now I am still looking for a back guard. Harrison did not have one in stock, and a top guard. But these work very well in the meantime. Long time rather. Now these are the threading arms, but there is 3 on the 140 for metric. These are imperial. Now these here is a stuff I got and given to me by a mate. He was doing work somewhere and these were surplus. He's a spark and he asked me if I could make use of them. So I am in the middle of working out an accessory, but now this wasn't in it. I put this in. I'll not say what the accessory is, for I hope to make maybe 1, maybe 2 tapes on it. But it was kind of him to throw them round to me. I hope to make something out of them. Now this is, I have done tapes on my lathes, but it's just an update. I don't know whether I showed my 2 shelves that I have my chucks in. This is them. Now when I got the lathe there was a few things was missing on it, as I said in my tapes. I got it at an auction. It was lying out on the auction ground out of a college. But there were a few things I had to make. Live sanders I didn't have. I have a few now, but I had to make I had 2 lengths of very hard steel. I had to get them down, and this is another one. I had to put a washer on this one for it was an open bearing, keep the dirt and the steel out of it. But they still work. Morse 3, they done a good job for me. And another Morse 3, but for large jobs that I got. I got all these given to me, by the way. I have used them on different occasions. And I actually made 2 of them. Morse 3. That's my chucks. I've gathered them up over the years. I got 2 or 3 of them given to me. Just a handy little shell, just a nice reach up when you need them. Now, as I said, this was for the switch for the 3-phase motor, but when I'd taken it away, it left the space. I made a store out of it. And this is the switch for it. Now this is the accessories, etc. I keep in it. Painted. I have the chart, TS Harrison model L5A. This is all the information on the lathe that Harrison sent me. Kind enough to do so. Now this is a board I have for mounting my chucks on for to save the ways. Now Harrison can be, and usually is, a noisy little lathe, but they do a good job. They do a first class job. And I am very pleased with the work that I have done and hope to do the man above allows me. So that is the update on my Harrison L5A. So let's get looking at my Chester 3-in-1. I'm just finishing my coffee. Now that is my Harrison. As I was saying on a previous tip, and now that I had written to Harrison requiring a guard for my lathe, but they didn't have one in store. But they were kind enough to send me the Harrison L5A 11-inch swing manual and parts list, which was very, very welcome. And also this sheet on specifications and leading dimensions. T.S. Harrison Model L5A lathe. Now I'll just finish this coffee. Now my 3-in-1 Chester lathe. As you know, in a lot of my tips, I wasn't very appreciative of Chinese tools. But now this little lathe mill drill, I have no complaints. I have it for 6, maybe 7 years, and I've done work on it, on the drill, on the lathe, just a couple of jobs on the mill where I mostly use my homemade milling machine, but I have no complaints whatsoever on this little machine. It does a decent, good job. And that is the machine. Chester multi-purpose machine, Model B Super. It's a good little machine. So let's have a look at it. Now this is it. This is three-in-one. Little lathe, drill, mill. Very, very nice little machine. I have no complaints with it being Chinese or otherwise. It is a good, sturdy, accurate little machine. Now this is the lathe. This is a board I have for resting my chucks on. We'll go into the details on the lathe, but at the back that's a few oil cans, fixed steady. I will describe the details of it now. Now this is the 4-way tool post that comes with it. I have a HSS high-speed steel tool in it I was using, and tightens up nicely. I have one screw just tightened for to keep it in place at the moment for the purpose. Now we will take the cutting tool off it. There is a space here which keeps the whole lot from turning slides in. Now this is a vise, also comes handy. Now I was doing a job on this, it was a length of 4 by 2, there was 2 pieces. I had to drill 4 holes in each one for someone, which you can hold, line up with a drill and keeps it nice and accurate. Lets you another purpose for the drilling machine. Now this little tool comes standard with it. I have put together a tool for this, and this is it. Keep it covered. You'll see why clock. Now look at this little just fell in with it for the purpose. Which allows me to true up any work that's in it. I thought I would make use of it, so handy little tool. Turns round. And that is this part device. This it comes in probably for this job, but it doesn't say in the book, but this is a tool I just put together for it. Now I have a little shelf up here. I put chuck keys. I have a few boxes, and I leave this little tool there until I fall in with a little box or whatever for it. And that's it now. 1, 2 speeds. This is the switches. Safety switch out, lights, not very noisy, which is good. Reverse, safety switch. Now that is the 3-jaw chuck that came with it. That's the only chuck that comes with it. I will show what other chucks I have for it. It's except a 7/8 bar right through. Now winding up, it will wind up 3 inches to give me another 3-inch height on the drill. Now this is the threading system. This puts you onto thread. Now to operate the mill drill, the clutch, I don't know if we can see that or not, but the clutch slides in. Now this is the locking head for the drill mill. Now it will not work while the door is open, which is one good thing. Door closed. That's it. It's not noisy either. Which is good. Now for rising. Now for rising. Just turn this. I'll not rise it the whole way, just demonstrating. It rises 3 inches. Lock it in place, and that's her. Just bring her down, but keep fingers out of the road. Comes down nice. That's it. Right, lock it. Right, clutch, just screw, pulls out into place. That's it. That's her. And make sure the door is closed. Lathe back in operation. Now that's it. Model B. These are the speeds for the mill drilling. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 speeds. There's 16 speeds on the lathe. There's 8 and double. And then the gears for threading. Now that's not a noisy little machine. Safety switch. Back. Now I said I would show the chucks. Now this is a back plate I got. It's a very, very old, it's off another old lathe, but I made a back plate for it. And it does that little lathe first class. Now this is a back plate I made for it. I haven't it finished. I'm thinking of putting to here maybe T-slots, same as this, but that is, I have used it on the lathe to make sure it works okay. That's the screws. There's one of my 4-jaw chucks. I have made a back plate. I got this, we're on a flea market. I think it was a flea market. I bought this, and if I remember rightly, it was really worth the money. I have another small 4-inch 4-jaw chuck for it, and now this is a chuck that's very, very old. I've had it on, I've showed it. That is off a lathe that was made in Glasgow, Scotland, and the date on it was 1902. That 4-jaw. Now you have to screw them off individually. Screw this right out, turn it to give you the jaws turning. But I have worked it on this lathe. I have a tape on using it. It's a very old, very heavy chuck made of back plate. These are that's what holds it, the wee clamps that holds the jaws in place. They screw right out. Very useful. Now, size 11.5 inches. But I have used it. I'm pleased with the work it can do for the age of it. 1902, that's next year. It'll be 120 years of age. Pardon me. Now the chuck key for removing the chucks, I keep it here all the time, just sits here in the corner for safety. That is all the size that allows you in. That's it. You could not afford to lose this. Leave it there. That's my chuck keys. And the wee clock I put together for the job. Now back to this chuck. Pardon me again. The work I had to do to get this into this state. It lay and work where I was for years, and it was thrown out into the yard, not into the scrap, into the yard. It lay there for quite a while, but I picked it up, got it, given to me, and the state it was in, I think I have a tape on it showing it, the state it was in. Rust. I had a lot of cleaning to get it into this state, but I'm pleased I have it, pleased I'm able to use it, and does my little lathe a good job. Now, with compliments of Harrison, Operator's Handbook and Spare Parts List, and this little note was in with the specification sheet that I showed. at Lathes Works, March 1962, which is very decent and very kind of them. Now this is my Chester multi-purpose machine Model B Super manual. Spare parts list and specifications. Very nice. Now, pardon me. Now that are my two lathes, Harrison L5A, Chester 3-in-1, and I am happy with them. Keeps me busy and spend a lot of time on them. Now, I want to thank you for sharing my tips, pressing the like button. I hope some of you have found this tip of interest. Now, so go to Benny Marner. Sometimes you can't get Ben's Machine Shop. There is quite a few Ben's Machine Shops. So I want to thank you again for watching. Thank you for your comments. Press the like button. I hope some of you liked it.